Good morning, everybody. It's Jen Bovey. So today I'm going to share an experience that I had very recently, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you, which is typically my skill set, but it's fine. So one of the ways that shame shows up in so many women's lives is we receive and internalize shame about speaking out, and that can manifest itself differently for different people. But I just want to talk about an experience I had yesterday because I am acutely aware that I've developed enough shame resilience to not let this impact me negatively. So yesterday, I received a personal message from someone who I was Facebook friends with, and we've met in real life, and I would have considered us friendly. But it was basically an attack, and it started out with telling me how condescending I am and arrogant. And I was like, what? Because I truly don't believe I'm better than anybody. So that confused me and baffled my brain initially. So I was like, all right, what is your point? This is not a helpful PM. And then she went on to tell me that my messages are not helpful, my rants are not appropriate, and that by telling people to just get over shame and that shame doesn't exist, I'm causing more harm than good. Wait, what? Like, my literal response back was something along the lines of, I'm currently so confused, for real. Can you please point me in the direction of where I've ever said that shame's not real, that you just need to suck it up and get over it, or that you should just ignore it? That has never ever been my premise or my advice. So I'm like, what in the world is even going on here? And for a moment I had, and this is like literally less than 15 seconds, I was like, I need to just stop being on Facebook. I need to delete everything I've posted today. I need to go back home and, not going to work tomorrow. And I need to take care of me. And obviously I can't help people through shame anymore. And then again, that was less than 15 seconds. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is not about me at all. It's so much not about me that I'm not going to take any of this personally. And what this actually is this is a prime example of someone attempting to shame me because I'm speaking out about shame. Which I don't miss the irony in that. I get it. But it still is very hurtful. And so I processed through my responses. I gave it a couple hours, and then I responded with something along the lines of, please point me in the direction where I've ever said those words, because I don't believe I have. And if I have, I obviously was not thinking clearly when I posted my response. And my message is not going to change. I'm going to continue to talk about shame. So if you don't like it, I would encourage you to unfollow me because I'm not going to change my message or my approach for you. I'm not going to change my message or my approach for anyone. This is who I am. This at a core level is who I am. I'm a shame expert. I'm a psychotherapist. I'm a hypnotherapist. I empower women every day to discard the shackles of shame and step into their truth, knowing, and power. That's what I do. That's who I am. And if you don't like it, then unfollow me. I won't be hurt. I probably won't even realize it. So I responded back with that. I did not anticipate another response, and I did get another response, which by this point I was laying in bed and I'm like, really? I'm not playing this way today. And so she was like, done. I've unfollowed you. Great. I told you to. I don't care. That's fine. You got to do what you got to do. What's best for you. And part of my response back was I was aware that I'd clearly triggered some shame in her by my posts. And I apologized for that because that's not my intent. I am not a fan of exposure therapy, so I don't like that whole guise or premise of I've got to shock you into working with me. I've got to shame you into working with me. I've got to belittle you into working with me. I've got to manipulate you into working with me. No, and no. I don't play that way. I don't do that. So I did apologize for triggering her because it was clear to me that she was triggered. Her last response to me, she decided to up the ante a little bit because apparently I hadn't felt enough shame about her perception of my approach to people. So she decided to attack my husband. I'm sorry, what? You've never met this man. This is the man that stands by me, that supports me, that loves me unconditionally. And if you were really my friend, you would want that for me. You would be like, yes, go there, do that, do whatever makes you happy. And so I checked our friendship status and she had already unfriended me, so that was fine. But it was just an acute realization for me that there's so much shame about speaking out. Whether you're speaking out about traumas, whether you're speaking out about mental illness, whether you're speaking out about physical illness, whether you're speaking out about sex, whether you're speaking out about religion, whether you're speaking out about finances, whether you're speaking out about shame. There's so much shame about speaking out in general. And I just want to give you guys an opportunity to be heard, to know that your voice matters, to know that I think that you're important. And so, because I got some criticism yesterday for some of my responses, I'm just going to clarify. When I say I believe in you, it's because I believe in you. When I say I'm here to support you, it's because I'm here to support you. When I say you can do this, you've got this, it's because I mean that. I don't just rattle off arbitrary shit that I don't mean. I don't just spew shit that doesn't impact me, that isn't my truth. I work really hard to stay in alignment with my truth. And so when I'm posting responses to threads, to comments, to whatever, I mean that inherently and sincerely. That's who I am. Again, I will give you the same recommendation that I gave her. If you don't like it, if you're tired of my messages, go. Unfriend me, unfollow me. I'll be okay. You'll be okay. We'll be okay. But I'm not going to stop speaking up about shame. Shame is a real issue. It is a cultural issue. It is a universal issue. Every culture, every race, every gender has shame. How it manifests itself changes a little bit. I have no idea what's going on with the lights. They're perfectly fine in here. My phone's obviously having issues. I'm not going to stop talking about it. Not until all the shame in the world is eradicated, and I've got a big job ahead of me. So I just wanted to hop on here and give you an example of what it looks like when you are shamed for speaking out, and tell you that I am human just like you. And so I had my initial tiny response was, oh my gosh, I got to run. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not running. This is who I am. This is what I do. I'm here to stay. So thanks for joining me this morning. Oh, thanks, Joanne. Thanks for joining me this morning. Have a great day. Speak out about what you need to speak out to. And if you think this message will help somebody else, feel free to share it. Thanks and have a great day. Bye.